So I've been noticing that I've been doing things lately without judging myself. Like listening to certain music or writing, for instance. The music that I've been listening to is music that I haven't listened to since before high school. And I know that I made a video recently about this. And it's just so interesting because previously, when I used to listen to music that I haven't listened to since before high school, I would like judge myself. I would be like, no, Chris doesn't listen to that music anymore, and this is why. But it's interesting because as I've been healing, I've been allowing myself to feel things that I didn't previously feel, which is what healing is all about. It's to experience the opposite of what was previously experienced. And I previously was judged for different things that I would listen to. And just allowing myself to be in the space of awareness where I don't judge myself, where I just like do whatever I want to or listen to whatever I want to or like write whatever I want to without judging myself. There's so much space for me to see myself so much more clearly. And it's just interesting because when I step into that space of awareness where I just allow myself to do, allow myself to be without judging myself, I do see myself more clearly. I see myself in ways that I didn't previously see myself. And it's also interesting because when I allow myself to do these things or to listen or just to write without judging myself, being in that space actually makes me realize how much I was previously judged for doing the things that I previously did. And it makes me look at the people that previously judged me and just made me realize how unhealthy, unsafe, and unstable the people that were previously in my life were. And it's just so interesting too because, and of course, I'm not going to name any names, because boundaries are important to me. But just allowing myself to just experience whatever without judging myself. I think that this is actually one of the biggest aspects of integration, right? Because it's not just about healing, it's not just about amending, but earlier on in childhood, we learn to like disown or like neglect or like abandon different parts of ourselves to be chosen by, for instance, our I don't know, our caregivers, our parents, whoever it is. Um, and as we like disown those parts, as we push those parts of ourselves away from us, you know, things just start to look weird for us. We start to be less and less ourselves authentically. And the more I really step into this space of awareness that is just being myself without judging, like there's actual music that I stopped listening to because I was judged for listening to it. And like I noticed that like whenever it would come to like that music coming across, like I don't know, on YouTube or something and me like playing it, like I would have this narrative written in my mind that would actually, play itself where it's like Chris doesn't listen to this music anymore because of this, that, and the other. But what's so interesting is that what I've noticed about my journey of healing is that when I allow myself to listen to or write or just do whatever it is that I allow myself to do, I realize that it actually has so much substance for my journey of healing specifically. It's like, okay, let's go back to before high school, middle school. Um, what was I listening to in middle school? I was listening to this artist or that artist. What were the songs like? Just going back into it all. It's really beneficial. It's actually super beneficial for healing purposes. Like, there was a song that I used to listen to in middle school, I think. And, when I listen to the music and everything, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, all that stuff. And as I look at myself, I'm like, that's not where I'm at anymore. That's not what but it's also like, dude, just allow yourself. Just allow yourself to, to listen. Allow yourself to be present with whatever it is, because when you listen to it, there's a reason that you listened to it when you were younger, right? If you really want to fully understand yourself and see yourself clearly and heal and also integrate, right? Integration is one of the biggest and most important aspects of this journey. That just allow yourself to be present with it. So just like being and doing whatever it is that I'm doing, um, just being present with that and allowing that to be there. It's one of the most important aspects of this. Um, I've met a lot of people that are very uncomfortable with anger. Very uncomfortable. Like, so uncomfortable it's actually unhealthy. Um, and it's just like, it's an emotion. It's gonna be there. It needs to be there. It needs to express itself. Uh, I've learned to repress it, and that's not a healthy thing to do, right? It's so strange. I mean, I do understand why people get uncomfortable around anger or around, I don't know, shame, or like whatever it is, right? Um, what I understand is that the reason that people get uncomfortable around these things is because they don't have boundaries. And because they don't have boundaries, they unnecessarily and in a very unhealthy way allow themselves to get consumed by the person's anger or by whatever else the other person is feeling. That's it. It's there's nothing else. I mean, maybe there are other things, but like, I used to wonder, like, oh, why don't some people like anger? I mean, yeah, of course it triggers them and stuff. Maybe it triggers them to past experiences where they were yelled at or whatever, right? Um, but even that in and of itself, the person never learned boundaries. They don't have boundaries. They allow themselves to get consumed by other people's emotions unnecessarily. Literally, unnecessarily. If somebody comes to me with something, it's probably not my shit. Unless I did something. That's it. And it's wild to me how people, especially people that are used to dynamics, dysfunctional dynamics, um, very dysfunctional dynamics of enmeshment, right? People get consumed by other people's emotions. No, that's other people's shit, not your own. The more I heal, the healthier I get. The healthier I get, the let me say that again. The more I heal, the healthier I get. The healthier I get, the more I realize how unhealthy society is. It really is. Society is very unhealthy. There is a lot of emotional immaturity in society, and a lot of people don't have boundaries. And the more I heal, the weirder and nastier it gets. Really. So that's really what it's all about. Just I'm in the space of awareness of non-judgment, of allowing myself to just I'm trying as hard as I can to just mute the hell out of the bullshit incessant societal noise. Everyone fucking judging each other. It's annoying as hell. It's honestly so annoying. Um like I was saying before, society is really not healthy. Everyone just judges the shit out of each other. Now, don't get me wrong, it's important to be able to, um, like when you observe, when you experience something and you observe it, you get an intuitive feeling, right? That intuitive feeling it's judging, right? But that's important because if whatever it is that you're experiencing is unsafe and your intuition is trying to communicate that to you, you need that. But all of this stupid bullshit of everyone judging each other on stuff that's just unhealthy, it's annoying. It's very annoying. It's absurdly annoying. People need to be allowed to be themselves, regardless of what it is. It doesn't matter if it's gender shit, race shit. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. People are not happy because they learned to judge themselves. They've got a fucking parrot in their mind telling them that they're a piece of shit or that whatever they're doing they shouldn't be doing or that it's gross. No, it's absurd. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as it's healthy, and I can imagine that it's probably healthy. People need to express themselves without judging themselves, without being judged. And it all has to do with boundaries. The more boundaries people have, the more they're going to allow themselves to just be themselves and express themselves with absolutely zero fucks given for what anybody else has to say about it.